What's going on, everybody? This is Professor Crypto Banana. In today's video, we're going to talk about how you can borrow against your wrapped, staked Spartacus tokens out there on the Fantom Ecosystem side using Spartacadabra.Money. So it's very similar to Wonderland and Time and how it's an own fork, and then how you can then take your wrapped memo and borrow against it in Abracadabra.Money. Same thing applies here, but it's on the Fantom side. I'm just going to give some basic information, quick, go, for those newbies that are wanting to know how this all works, and then I'll leave you to it to do more research on how liquidations, leveraging, how to repay it, all that good stuff. Sound good? Cool, but before we get started, gotta let you know, hey, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, just for entertainment and educational purposes only. I'm not a crypto expert, so I can be missing out on a ton of information. Get a lot of stuff wrong. Let me know what I got wrong in the comments. Keep in mind that this is extremely risky, so do your own research. And disclaimer, I am invested in Spartacus and Charm, so could be, a little bit biased here, but there we go. There you know. So moving forward, let's take a look here. So this is how the chart looks like for Spartacus at this moment. Yeah, you can go to Dex Tools, can look at different places. They have good links here, so if you want to see the contract address, always good to make sure you get the correct contract address and the correct websites to where. So this is for Spartacus. We'll just take a look here quick. We'll do a quick refresh, make sure we got all that latest info. But some people, they really like to look at the backing of SPA versus the price of SPA. I don't know what dictates the backing nor the price, but I guess there's the idea of premium. So the higher you go, the more it can come down. But either ways, we're not here for that. That's for a different video and discussion. So here's the secret. So you can always go to Spooky Swap and get your SPA token. And then I'll tell you, like, hey, make sure you're getting the right stuff. Continue, make sure you got the right contract address. I'm going to assume that you guys know how to do that. And then boom, you get your SPA token. So you come back over here and then you can stake and do your thing. Cool. But what if you want to then wrap it? So to decipher all these different letters, because this can get very confusing, SPA token is your base token, right? When you decide to stake it, it's getting all this great rewards, man, crazy APY. It's going to chuck a small little letter S in front of it. So it's going to be sSPA. Now, to make it even more confusing on you, you can chuck in the letter W in front for lowercase w means wrapped. Okay, so when you click here, you can just put your mouse over here on the black eye on SPA, and then you think, oh, if I click on wsSPA, good to go. Well, it just adds the token to your MetaMask wallet. So then you're left confused. How do I get the wrapped SPA? Well, you just hover, and then there's this option right here that says wrap sSPA. Click on that bad boy, do an approval, wrap it. What does wrapping mean? The way how I interpret it means that it just makes it universal for all blockchains. Now, is it available on all blockchains as of right now? No. But then when you want to bridge that token, let's say from the Fantom side to Avalanche, boom, there you go. You're all set. So it's a fancy term, but don't get confused by the small letters. W means wrap, which means it's universal, can get sent to multiple blockchains. S, the small letter S, means that it's staked, and then SPA is a regular thing. So I think we're good on that. Hopefully. If not, oh well. Ask me for a refund, and I will refund all the money that you gave me to give you that explanation, which, was none. So that's everything on the Spartacus side. So now let's just assume you got your wrapped Spartacus, your staked Spartacus, yeah? And now you want to actually borrow against it. So you can come over to the Charm, take a look at that, and click on that Twitter, make sure you got the right contract. So everything is using Spartacadabra, and then I can click on Spartacadabra.Money, boom, and here I go. Similar to Abracadabra.Money, I enter the app. Enter the app. Now, one thing to keep in mind is this will say infinity if there's nothing in there. I think it's just a math glitch or something, because maybe it's divide by 0 and it says now it's infinity. So a lot of this is dictated if there's anything left to borrow. I don't know how it gets replenished, meaning they add funds so that you can borrow against it. I don't know how. Right now you can see that there's essentially $19 to borrow against. So if I refresh it, maybe that changes. When you take a look at TVL right here, that means total value locked. That means probably how much people have borrowed against and deposited their collateral. So how much wrapped, staked Spartacus tokens are right here deposited. Think of it as like a bank account. So probably 5 million, and this is just a guess, 5 million was deposited, boom, and this is how much you can borrow against 19, so you might have to be constantly refreshing. That's kind of like a complaint right now, is where a ton of people want to borrow against it and do crazy stuff, but they can't due to low funds being available. Interest, I think this is just 10% per year, which is pretty low. Goes to the stake charm holders, which I don't think that's implemented yet. And then if you get liquidated, so keep in mind what liquidation is. My assumption, my guess, is that let's say you deposit $100 worth of Wrapped SPA, and then all of a sudden it drops in price and maybe now it's down to $25. Well, yeah, you're below that threshold, and then they got to sell the collateral that you have to repay the loan, so then you get slapped with an extra 12.5%. So again, definitely do your research about liquidations, because that can be a little bit of a confusing thing. It can definitely affect your budget numbers, so keep that in mind. I leave that up to you. But so you can come here, and since we already got our Wrapped Staked SPA token, we can do this here. And I think there should be an option that'll say like max. So as soon as you're connected with your wallet, you can then do max, and then you can even hit how much you want to borrow. So it could be 50%. And then so let's just pretend that I can do this. Maybe I can't. Okay. Well, because I don't have it, makes it a little bit more difficult. But let's say I had 100 and maybe I can borrow 50 LAMBDA against it. So LAMBDA, think of this as dollars. Right? So it's like $1, whatever, boom, and then you'd be able to do it. As of right now of recording, I believe that hardware wallet doesn't work too nicely. It'll keep on asking you to sign the message, sign the message, sign the message. So that gets really annoying, doesn't work. So then you're having to battle replenishments, having the funds to be there, and then also the hardware wallet. But hopefully they fix that in the future, so just keep that in mind. You can change the leverage and do crazy stuff, but again, this is really know what the heck you're doing. And it even shows you if you do 10x, you crazy man. And then the little hat with McDonald's, kind of like the meme. So that's pretty much how you do it. I think then you can go here and repay. Just make sure don't remove all your collateral. Just probably take it in steps so that you can repay it. Otherwise, a little price fluctuation, boom, you wiped. LAMBDA is the dollar amount. So think of this as just your USDC, the equivalent. Well, then you could say, Professor, great. So I took out a loan and I got LAMBDA. Why? Why would I do this? What do I do with this? Great question. So what you can do then is go to what's known as the LAMBDA 2 pool, and that'll open up the Curve side on the Fantom. So what Curve does is it makes it easy if you have stablecoins such as DAI, USDT, USDC, now LAMBDA, to be able to switch between them very easily with very minimal fees. So let's say you have $100,000, let's say, and you get slapped with a 5% fee or slippage. Oh, that would hurt, right? Because that's 5%. But Curve is trying to make that as equal as possible. So that is the benefit. It's got this old style to it, so it can get a little bit confusing if this is your first time. But let's see if we can navigate and figure this out. What if I do buy and sell? Okay, so you go over to buy and sell, and then you're going to have your LAMBDA, right? So then let's just say we had 50. Then what you could do is then flip it over to DAI. If you're looking to do what's known as 9-9 and borrow against your Spartacus to get more Spartacus, maybe just use the leverage feature. That may help you, and it'll do it automatically. But if you want to use this borrowed funds, let's say the $50, for something else, you just want to put in your own bank account, you want to buy that hot NFT that's going on somewhere else, feel free. This is probably how you'd want to do it. Otherwise, you'd want to do probably leverage. So figure out the difference between the two. But then you can do LAMBDA, and then you can get your DAI tokens right here. Boom. And then you can do your sell. And notice the discrepancy. It's 50 to about 49.94, so it's not that big of a difference. But if you're to do it maybe on Spooky Swap from, let's say, do they even have LAMBDA? I don't even think they have that. But sometimes the swap between the two isn't the greatest, so this is where it plays a part. So let's say I typed in something insane. Even this is still good. So I don't know how it does it, but you get the point. You can actually do this here on Curve. I'm going to try to get quicker to the point, because how far are we along? Supposed to be quick. 10 minutes. Wow. My bad. So go over to curve, get your DAI, and then with DAI, you can do whatever you want, baby. You can come over here to, let's say, Spooky Swap, use your DAI, go over to, maybe you want to buy more Boo tokens. I don't know, but you're on the Fantom side. And then when you're all done, you can always just come back and hopefully repay it. And then what's really cool is that while you have your collateral, your wrapped staked SPA tokens, that is actually rebasing. So it's getting that interest, that high yield. However, keep in mind that, you know, if it goes down in price, then that can fluctuate. You're not going to see the price change necessarily in the amount of tokens, but maybe right here it does a good job of saying how much it's worth. So this is just to recap. This is just a general overview to give you an idea how this all works with how to borrow against it. Do your own research. Keep in mind this is extremely risky, and hopefully that helps. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.